Okay, so first of all, query builder, here we have one interface, or we can say it's an service that is provided by the Adobe. Okay, so it is stored in this package, that is com.day.ck.search. So whenever you want to use this package. After that, it's just a service for building the queries. For example, I'll tell you, if you want to create any query, so for that they have already a methods that is present inside your query builder. For example, then in simple word we can say, if you want to perform the CRUD operation, then we have one option. Yeah, so if you want to perform the CRUD operation on your queries in your query builder, then we have one interface, that is query builder. You can use that one. For example, now I want to create the queries, so for that I have uses here query builder dot create query. So this is the method, that method is present inside your query builder. Yeah, and it has accepted two parameters. We have a two method, like it's only accept the session, and another thing, here we have a two parameters, that is predicate and the session. Okay, another thing, that this service allow you to create the queries with the service conversation methods, convenience method, that we already knows that these are the methods. If you want to create the queries, like now which query we want to create, query builder, and we know that query builder works with predicate. And inside the predicate we store the key and the value. Is it no? We store key and the value. So both this key and the value will store inside this predicate, and after that this predicate we can use inside this parameter. Yeah, and you can easily store by using this create query or the query builder. You can store the queries in the repository, and again if you want to load them, so you can load them again. After that, this is the query builder. Query builder is just simple a service. So how we can achieve? See, I'll tell you one example. This is service 1, yeah, and here this is service 2. Okay, if you want to call this service inside this service 2, or otherwise this is the service 2, you want to call this service 2 inside the service 1. So for that we have one annotation, that is @reference. We have one annotation, that is @reference. You can use this reference, and you can call any service inside your current service. So this is the thing. Yeah, and this is the way, by using that we can create the query builder. After that, here we have a query interface. Yeah, this is the query interface. So here you see, here we have options of the query. Okay, that means here this query create query method returning the object of the query. Here this query create query returning the object of the query. That means it's, here you see, the query represent the JCR repository query that can be created programmatically. For example, so whatever the query that we are getting it, we have created the queries. This query, all this query will return to this query interface, in this interface. Yeah, and it has some method, by using we can easily execute our query, and instead of, if you want to return this query, we can easily get it. By using this query we can execute it, otherwise we can easily return the result as well. So for example, now I just want to execute the query, like here the query interface is there, and after that I'm just calling get result. What does it mean? That means this get result method is responsible to execute the queries. Whatever the query that you have created, if you want to execute this query, then we have a get result method. But where is this method? This method present inside your query interface. By using this you can easily execute and return the result. Later that it has a get predicates. That means if you want the predicates from your query, then you can easily get by using these methods. After that, here you want to start. That means start is nothing but your offset, starting point of your hits. That means you have a number of pages it's returning. Okay, so which page you want to print? If you want to get the result from this page, then you have to start. So for that you have to use this set start, get start. You have to set, then you can set it. So whatever they have set, you want this data, for that we have to use get start, set hits per page and get hits per page. you want to do that things, you can easily do it. After that, here we have a result page. This is not in use. Yeah, so we'll see search result. This is most important. Okay, so this, yeah, here we have a search result. Search, that means whatever the result that you have getted by using the query or by using the simple search. If you got the result, based on this result, if you want to search something, then you can easily search by using the search result. So here lot of method is there. By using this method you can easily search. Yeah, so get total matches is there. If it has some methods, that means inside this search result, if we have some result, then it will return true. This is the thing, it will return true. Okay, you want the start index, that means the offset is starting from some location and you want this, then you can simply use get start index. Get hits, that means this result it will return no. This result you want, that means maybe a more than 10 pages it return the result, you want this result, then for that you can use get hits. Get nodes, get resources, a lot of method is present. Okay, now we'll see programmatically how we can create the query builder. But before that, we have to hit some pages. So just come here. This is the logic that I have written. This is the query that I have written. Now I just want to add this query in our query builder. Just try to hit. So 131 result it's returning. Okay, but which project I'm using? Right now I'm using a weekend project. Which project? Weekend. And here you see which path I'm using here. Content, vRetail, US and the EN. Both are different pages. So it won't possible to get the answer here. Okay, it will not return the answer. So for that we have to change. We have to change this one. Okay, so here we have a content, weekend and US EN. Just try to copy it and just try to paste there. Come here and just simply paste it and search it. Now it has returning 0. Why? Because of we don't have any full text, no. So just remove this one. Full text, that means if any node, if it is related to this vRetail, if any node it has created with this name, then it will return. But we don't have these types of, so just remove it and just try to search. Now we are getting the 11 result. How many? 11 results. Now this code I just want to add in my query builder. So how we can do that things? So here I have created one servlet, that I hope you knows that servlet already. So I have created one servlet, and inside this servlet, in this method do get, I am just writing a logic. But before the logic, we knows that we need a query builder and it's a service. How we can get this query builder? By using a @reference. We got the reference. What we need? We need a query builder. Yeah, we got the query builder. This is the thing. So this is my service, because I have used the component and the service attributes. Whenever you are using service property, that means it has converted from OSGI component to OSGI service. And if you want to add some another service, for that we have to use @reference. We got the @reference. Okay, now you have to come inside this query builder dot create query. Okay, this is the parameter we need. Okay, so now what I'm doing, by using this query builder, I'm creating a query, and we have to pass here predicate, but we haven't created. So first of all we have to create the predicate. It's not a predicate exactly. This is the query we need to create. We are creating a query, but we don't have. Yeah, here. So before that we have to create the query. So just create a map, string, and here I am using a string. Why I am using a map? Why? Because of here we have a key value form. This is a key and this is a value. This is a key and this one is our value. Yeah, and in our Java we have only one concept. By using that we can achieve this data structure. So this is the map. So that's why I'm using it. And here I'm using predicate. This is the object, and new hash map, and here you can use string comma string. Okay, so here we have done, we have used the string, and after that you can just simply do one thing. Inside that we have to store our query. So just try to put Yeah, here which one we have to use the type, copy this one, come here and simply paste it. Go back, here we have CQ page, come here and just simply paste it. Yeah, we got it done. Now again just copy this part, paste it, paste it, paste it. Okay, now the second we need a path, come here and just simply paste. Shit. Okay, we want path, this is our path. Okay, don't give the space, copy this one, yeah, order by sort. Yeah, and at the last we have a predicate dot put, and we knows that p dot limit equals to -1. Okay, so we have uses. Now we have created the query, that means we have created only the key value form. Okay, and this key value form where it will store inside our predicate. See, we knows that predicate is composed, it's a collections of the key value form. So and for that we have to create the predicate, so we have created here key value form. Yeah, so this one now we have to convert into an predicate. So how we can convert? So for that we have one class, that is predicate group dot create. Here we have a predicate group and dot create, so it will convert this key value pair into an predicates. Okay, so it has converted. After, so when what we are doing, we are fetching these queries. This is the query that we are fetching from the crxd. Yeah, and after that we are getting the result here, and after we are loading somewhere else. So that means we need this configuration, we need connectivity. That means we are fetching, yeah, we are sending, we are requesting. For that we need some connection. So for we have to use the session. What does it mean by the session? Session keep the configuration, all the predefined configuration it will automatically keep. Yeah, and if you have a connections, here we have a JCR connection, not even JCR. If you want database connectivity just like a JDBC, ODBC, it has easily captured it, it has easily kept. So we have to use the session. So for that how we can use, we are not able to create the session object, so we can that session is already present in our request. So you can use this request dot get resource resolver, and after that here we have one methods. See, first of all we have one method, that is adapt to. If you want to convert the object into an resource, for that we have to use the adapt to method. This adapt to method is present inside your resource resolver, and this resource resolver is present in our request. So that's why I have did like this. This is the adapt to method we have, and here what we need a session. So you can just simply use session. Yeah, we got the session. Here you see now this is the session, it provides the configuration, yeah, and connectivity, but we are not able to get the object directly. So for that I have used the adapt to, and this adapt to is present inside our get resource resolver, and this get resource resolver method is present in our request. Yeah, that is done now, and we know that this create query return the object of the query, so we have to accept it. Okay, so here I have users, here I am using a query. Yeah, so now what we got, that means we have created the query successfully. Now this query we need to execute and get the result. So whatever the result, if I am hitting here search, now it is executing this query and giving the result. So this query is responsible to do that things. So how we can do? So first of all you have to use the query dot get result. Here we have a get result and it's responsible to execute and return the result. But where this method return the result? Okay, so this method return the result in your result. You can just do not search result assign statement. Here we have options of the search result and it has returning the result inside this object. Okay, that means now what is the thing? We got the result. Okay, we got the result. Now by using that result dot get hits. Now what does it mean? See that, see, it has executed and it has returned to this result, but from this result, this is the result it has returned, but from this I just want each and individual page. This is the page I need, these are the pages I just want it. So for that we have to accept one by one and we have to accept this result. Okay, so for that I have used the get hits. These are nothing but the hits, 1 2 3 4, these are nothing but our hits. Okay, so we got the hits, so it will return. Yeah, so it has written inside this methods. Okay, all our hits it has written in this variable. Okay, so all our hits, that means whatever the result we got, that all the result it has stored inside our resource list. Okay, so now we have to iterate. So how we can iterate it? So for that you have to use simply a for loop, and inside this for loop you have to use the hit, because of it will return the hits. Here you see it has returning a hit, so that's why I'm using hit here, hit. And what we need a resource list here. See, so this get hit method returning all the hits inside this resource list, but from that we need one by one. So the for each loop will take one by one and it will store inside this hit. Okay, so I'm just using curly braces open, and here now what I'm expecting is I just want to create one array. How I want the answer? Here I'm creating servlet, no. So I just want the output in the form of array JSON array. I just want the output in the form of JSON array. After that you can just create inside object. Yeah, and inside this object I want title and the path from this 11 pages. For this 11 pages I want like this, I want output like this. First of all I need a array JSON. After that I need the JSON object, and inside the JSON object I want title and the path. Okay, so come, so that's why what I did, I have taken all the pages, I have taken all the hits, and from these hits I'm taking one by one and I'm just storing inside this hit variable. Okay, we got it. So now I'm just creating here JSON object, JSON and create object. Yeah, we have created the objects successfully, and here we have to use, here I'm using a job JSON object builder. This is the thing we have uses now. Okay, now what I'm doing is hit dot get resource. What does it mean? See, so basically this, yeah, so here these are the hits. Now these hits we need to convert into an resource, then we are able to get this data. Actually we need this data, so by using some third party query builder we got it. So this one is your hits only, but from hits to, if we want to convert from hits to resource, then we have to call like this, hit dot get resource. That means from this we got the resource, from this we got this resource, this is the resource we got it. Okay, so this is the result we got it. Okay, and after that when we got the resource we have to accept it, that is a resource we got, and it has throwing some exception, so we have to handle it. Surrounded we try and catch, copy this JSON and just simply paste inside this. I am just removing these things. done now. Okay, we got the resource as well. That means what we have done, from this heats we got one page, that is and we have converted from heat to resource. And from this page, now what we need a JCR content. Like this is first one is our page, that is AD whatever it is, this is the page. So we are going there, inside this EN we have a page. Okay, so consider this one is our page, that is page 1. Okay, we got the page 1, but we know that all our data is stored inside our JCR content. So what we need, we actually need the JCR content, and it has written by using this get resource we got this page. Okay, so now what we need a JCR content. So for that we have to use like a resource dot get resource resolver. Okay, and get resource. What I'm doing is I'm using a get resource resolver. It has one method, that is resource, get resource, and from this resource here we have this object, copy it and simply paste here. Yeah, we have got it, this object, and after that simply get path. Okay, we got the path. Now that means from this resource we got the path, that means which path we got, this is the path we get. But what we need, we have to add the JCR content as well. You can just do plus double quotes and simply use slash and JCR colon content. Okay, we got this result. Yeah, we have created but we haven't assigned it, so we have to assign. So for that, assign statement, and here you can simply define the content. Yeah, now we got this page, every page we got it, that JCR content we got. So from that JCR content we need the path and the title. So for that, how we can do that things, so you can simply use so content, we got the content. Okay, this is the content that we have got. So you can simply use content dot get value map value. What we are doing is, from this page we are getting this page value map value, this is the value we are getting it. Okay, by using a get value map value, but it has lot of property. If I'm clicking here inside the JCR content, here we have a get value map value. By using that we got these properties, and inside this we have a lot of properties. So from this property we need a title and the path. Okay, so you can just come here, dot get, here what I need a title. So what is the name of this title, that is JCR colon title. You have to write like this only, double quotes, and JCR colon title. Yeah, we got the title, but in which form of the title is in the form of string. It has one data type, that is string, so we have to write here string dot class. We got this. After that it has written something, but we don't want to return it. Why? Because of we have to add this data inside our object. So you can simply use here we have created somewhere. Yeah, we have created this job dot add, remove it. Here it has accepted key and value, so you can just simply use we have uses. Yeah, we got this, what we have written. So title we have got. Now what we need a path. So how we can take the path, we don't need to be go inside this. Why? Because of we don't have path here, we don't have path inside this our property, so we have to take the path from here only. So for that you can just simply come here and just type the path, and that path is present here inside the resource. We have the path, so you can simply use the resource dot get path. Guys, only 1 minute. Okay, so we got this get path as well. So what we have needed, we need the string, that means the title, and the path we have needed. Okay, so we got these two things, and these are the object. I have added this two, title and the path, inside the object. So what we need, we have to add this object inside our JSON array. So for that we have to create it first. So you can just use JSON dot create array builder. I have created the array builder. You can just simply use. So that is a JSON array builder. I have created the object, and after that we have to add inside this, we have to add the object. That means now what I'm doing is I'm just adding the JSON object builder inside the array. We have needed like this, no, only here you see. So this is the array we have, and this inside this array we need the objects. So we have added, and after that at the last all this value where it will store inside your array only. So we have to print this array. So how we can print? So you can just simply use here like a response dot get writer dot write. Okay, we got it, and job dot build dot to string. Okay, so here you see what we have done here. That means all the data where it will store inside your JSON array builder. Yeah, and all this data we are just giving the answer in the form of that means we are giving the answer to our page. So this get writer is written. Okay, it's giving the permission to return that. Yeah, so just try to deploy it. So it will take some time for the deployments. So we have to deploy. Okay, so it has deployed successfully. Now we have to go there and check it. How we have registered our servlet. So first of all, go there, and here we have registered by using the resource type, and here we have a weekend components page. So just go there, and if this EN page uses this resource type, that is weekend components and the page, yes, they are using it. So we can send the request by using that. Here we have to type the localhost 4502 and paste it. If I'll try to hit enter, it will return the forbidden error. Why? Because of we have defined here selector and the extension. If you are not defined, then you are hitting enter, it will give you the answer. But when you define the selector and the extension, we have to use that one, that is add and txt. So just come here and just use add.txt and hit enter. Here you see, now we are getting the result. So first of all, what we have here, we have a array, and after the array, inside the array we have a object. It's not a one, it has more than one. So why it has more than one? Because of every time this for loop is iterating. Okay, and every time they are adding all the objects, all the title and the paths inside this JSON object, and this JSON object we are adding inside our Java array object, and we are at the last we are returning this JSON array object. See, by using this get writer, it has printing here. Okay, it gives the permission to print the response inside this page, this get writer. After that we have a write. By using the write, we are writing this job, and we are converting into to string. Yeah, and we are getting the answer here.